Rumors are true. Names that are legendary. StockLegends.com.
Hello everyone, welcome to Stock Legends Legendary Training videos. Today we're going to cover the stochastics indicator, also widely known as the STO. Stochastic indicator was originally used a lot among futures traders because the way the formula is comprised, it was able to find ends of trends. Generally, when a stock is moving in an upward trend like we see here, the prices generally close near the high points in the upper range of the trading range. You can see a lot of green candles here, and it's when the stocks start to close away from the upper end of the trading range that we start to know that the end of the upward trend is probably coming near. And this is a great indicator to use. So you can see that basically the STO is comprised of a few different versions. We have the fast STO and the slow STO, and there's also a full STO. It's very similar to slow STO. The formulas are almost identical, but we've chosen to leave it out in this particular video because they're almost identical, and just for the sake of having enough space to see everything we're looking at, we've left it out. But certainly you're welcome to use it, and it's comprised of two signal lines. There's a green line, which is the K line in this particular video. This is the one that's going to be moving faster, and the D line is the red line, which tends to move a little bit slower. Now between these two indicators we have the fast STO and the slow STO. Now the fast STO, you can see, tends to have much more of a reaction to the daily price moves of a particular stock. Now you can see, for a perfect example, this down move that we see right here in the price. On the fast STO, you can see it's very choppy on the down move, but on the slow STO we have a real nice gradual downward slope. So there's times when you may want to use the fast STO and the slow STO. Generally in a low volatility period, the slow STO may be a little bit easier to read. In periods of very high volatility, you may want to pinpoint and take a closer look at the fast STO, but certainly you can use both at the same time. What we are going to look at here is how the one more thing here is that the trading range of the stock moves from 100 to 0. So 0's at the bottom, 100's at the top, and we have two signal lines. We have the 20 signal line, which generally anywhere from here and below gives us an oversold signal. Anything 80 and above gives us an overbought signal, and of course we've got this dotted dash line here. This is just telling us it's 50, it's right in the middle. So basically, as I mentioned before, is that during an upward trend, it's fine if the fast STO stays near the upper end of its trading range. It's just basically giving you closing prices. It's telling you that the stock is indeed closing in the upper range of its in the upper end of its trading range. It's when we start to see a little bit of divergence here that the STO starts to dip, suggesting that the end of the upward trend is here. So we could actually draw a little line along all of the lows here, and it's looking like it's perfectly right around this signal line, and we can do it on both. It's basically giving us almost the exact same signal here. So it's trading in the upper range of the stock, and when we move below this particular signal line, and you see some movement below this 80 signal line, that's suggesting that the upward trend's coming to an end. Indeed, we saw, although a little bit of a higher high, we also saw a lower low. So although this was overbought in the upward trading range, it's completely fine. We certainly don't want to always use this as an overbought or oversold sell signal, but we can use it to find the end of a trend. So this was a perfect example right here. We can also use it to find by looking at crossover points. So we can see the STO had a really nice a long period where we saw a downward trend, and if we actually just take a resistance line and we're going to draw it along the high points here, so we've got a nice trend line. This is indicating that the stock's moving in a downward trend, and generally at breakouts we want to take entry points because we know the trend's reversed. But if you take a look at the STO on the slow version, you can see we actually got a crossover point right near the bottom after it started to establish a support. So it was telling you that the downward trend's coming to an end, and we're getting an early signal here that we're basically reaching a bottom, and we're probably going to have a reversal. Another important indicator we can look at is how we have some divergence between how the price is behaving and how the STO is behaving. You can actually see a little bit of a higher low here, and what we're actually seeing is lower lows in the price. So this is an interesting point here, because this is telling us that the STO is giving us a divergence, telling us that the price is going to be seeing a reversal. So very excellent and key successful indicator. If you're able to take an entry around this, certainly the price had a very nice run come right after that. So that was a great signal if you're looking at the STO. Now, another way we could use it, you can see that when the volatility starts to pick up, you can see right here is a much more volatile down move than what we saw in the previous move here. And if we take a look, we can see that both the slow and fast STOs are looking quite similar. They've got straight down trend moves. Now, what we can see is we do know that the fast STO is going to react a little bit sooner than the slow STO. So if we were to just take a few little trend lines, vertical lines here, we've got a little crossover point right here on the slow STO. So we're going to make this one, I guess, green. We'll make it a little bit thinner so it's easier to see. So right at that crossover point, I've drawn the slow STO crossover point, and if we take a look at a different color, we'll use yellow, and we'll use this one on the fast STO. You can see that basically we got about a 1 day sooner signal by using the fast STO. So, and in periods of high volatility, that can make a lot of difference in terms of your trading abilities and profits that you're looking for an entry point. So here we could use the fast STO to find that crossover point to give us an indicator of an entry. Also, both these indicators had come down below the 20 signal line, suggesting it reached an oversold signal. Also, we can see overbought signals up in here. Again, the fast STO may be giving incorrect signals on the upward move, but certainly we could also use the slow indicator as well. And we had a nice cross down right here, perfectly near the top, after we had hit overbought on the STO here. So great little ways to use this indicator, very handy. We hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to stop by stocklegends.com for more great technical analysis videos. Thanks very much, and happy trading.